Hello, we apologise for what just happened. Seem to have had a bit of a disaster there and had a major PC crash. But as you can see, I'm loading back into the session, so we're going to get back to the racing action in just a moment's time. Apologies for that. And we will be back in just a moment. Here we go. And so far, when everything syncs itself back up, we can see that
Oh,
Sid is out.
has just retired. Yeah.
Well, Sid has just retired in the pits. Action is 11 seconds behind Dr. Steele, who's absolutely gapped the field, and Lewis behind him, and Ocean Crew, and then Griffin behind that. So we still have 15 laps of racing to go, but we are back online.
Yeah, so a little update. I don't think Wolverine has still stopped yet. No, he hasn't, and nor has Ocean Crew.
Well, they're getting in a bit of a
Ocean Crew was
bother
on the
there as
Enters.
Ty Clear and the KFC block are going to get their way through.
Yeah, surely it's time for him to put the green striped tyres on now. Halfway through.
Yeah, you can see
Almost in.
that dry line coming, so the wets are going to feel a little bit grim now, I've got to say.
Yeah, they got to be struggling for temps because he was looking for the wetter line coming in the lead up to 130 there. Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, he's had to make the call. I mean, so does Apex as well. He's gone in. I think it's on the Ocean Crew. No, Ocean Crew is on the. It was Apex. Yeah, he was on the wets as well. So they've both made the call now, and the KFC block has picked up a 3-second time penalty. So that's unfortunate for him. Running a little bit wide and a little bit too close to the track limits, but we're going to jump on board with Griffin as he seems closest to any other driver to make some form of challenge or overtake. He's getting closer still. Was half a second. He's now within 3.5 tenths and getting closer in the Degners, starting to feel the rhythm and get into the rhyme. Come on now, it's bobsled time.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Great film, that.
Dr. Steele, faster still. Dr. Speed, slow down. You know what, I want what he's taking. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
Whatever he's on, I want some. He hyped up on adrenaline before he joined the race. Drop to Griffin, still getting closer to Ocean Crew, but just can't seem to find an open door as of yet. Now, I wonder if Wolverine and Apex have made
Ocean's gone in.
a good call here. Yeah, because Ocean's gone in for some fresh enters. Now, in terms of tyre deficit, it's going to be huge for Wolverine and Apex Predator. So, it doesn't surprise me to see some drivers go for a pit stop. With 13 laps to go, Apex and Wolverine could make some major inroads. Now that
Yeah.
the track's got a little bit better as well. Oh, Dr. Steele absolutely flying. We'll take a quick little look at the McLaren of Mirror to see what's going to happen here. As the pace of the race has kind of slowed down a little bit. The gaps have opened as the drivers are starting to lose grip on these intermediate tyres. They've run them for quite a few laps now. and everyone's sort of fallen into their own little rhythm. There's no DRS, which would have been an absolute saving grace for some drivers to help them in overtaking into that first sector. But not to come with the torrential downpour, which, looking at it, it just hasn't eased off once, has it? It's been the
No.
same level of downpour throughout the entire Grand Prix. Oh, I think we may have seen a move there. Mirror's getting a little bit racy at the back of Salguero. I wonder if Salguero can hold him off. I don't know if he could. He can try. He's trying very hard so far. And Mirror just looking to get all over the back of that Haas driver and make some moves in road. Got to say, good recovery drive so far from Andres. Not only that, both Ferraris as they're currently running 5 and 7, and Andres as well. He's fighting away with Ocean Crew, but I think Ocean Crew is going to pick up that position. He's just dropping to the final point-paying position. Ooh, a little bit of a slip and slide there from Andres in the opening sector. Back on board with the McLaren's counterpart. Mirror still looking to get closer to Salguero. Salguero doing very well to fend him off and hold his own so far. Mirror just not able to get close enough, or when he does get close enough, not able to find the open door, the opportunity. Seems to have better pace coming into the second sector. So sector 1 certainly working for Salguero. Sector 2 not so much, certainly working for Mirror. Well, Mirror's having a bit of a moment there. He's dropping tenths there, almost 8 tenths behind now. What's that? Something's gone wrong. He's dropped to second. He's completely lost all his time. Mirror's had a moment. Some form of technical mishap. Something's gone wrong with the gear. And he's just lost over a second in time though.
Yeah, I didn't see, like, his car didn't unsettle or anything, so...
Yeah, he just slowed right
it's just
down.
on getting the power down, yeah.
A bit of breathing space there for Salguero for maybe a lap or two. Unless Mirror can make some inroads and get some gains, I don't think he will. Unless he's bridged a 1 second gap strategically to stay out of that dirty air. It's not fending for his tyres too well. I can imagine if they were still on the wet tyres now, the full wets, they'd be suffering with a bit of temperature. Even now you can see Mirror moving off the dry line into the more wet, damp part of the track, maybe to help the tyre cooling. Good to see how the drivers manage these tyres lap after lap. You can see how they move off the optimum line, and in wet conditions you have the chance to actually cool your tyres down on that wet, damp line on the outside or the inside of the racing lines. You can just run a little bit out there, let the water splash all over those tyres, and it just cools them down a bit. In the dry conditions, you've got to suffer and slow your pace and bring them down gradually. It's a bit of an alternate style of racing, but in the wet conditions, you can certainly use that to its advantage without its fair share of challenge to navigate tracks in treacherous conditions. Oh, the door's been opened, and Mirror's going to go for it. Salguero running wide in the hairpin. The door has been opened, but here they go side by side, and it seems like Mirror's going to be able to hold that one and finally get through after what has been a few laps of frustration sat behind the Haas driver. Looking on at the KFC block, looking to get closer to Ty Clear. Ty Clear with a beautiful recovery. Oh, he's off the track and he's all over the show. Never mind. Unlucky lad. Front end plate damage on that left side. He's going to suffer in that sector 1, those first 2 turns. Not having that end plate downforce where the left side of the car is going to feel the most pressure. We have a retirement in the pits bringing up that yellow flag down sector 1. Now if you weren't with us in Division 1 last week, you'll see an illegal overtake happened in Division 1 as somebody got a yellow flag retirement in the pits, and that was not removed. So be cautious, be vigilant under those yellow flags and stick to the rules.
Nobody's getting up close to Instant Bullet now in the hairpin. looking like he's ready to try and attack. He's got a couple of cars ahead of him here.
Yeah, it's nobody cares. He looks like he's got the pace there in the first sector, but he's slipping a little bit away in the second. He's looking to try and claw it back out of Spoon, though. I think Ishtan Bullen is ready and waiting for what could be the defence of a lifetime, as we just hit the mark of 10 laps to go. Got to steal. Is a full pit stop ahead.
Yeah.
Certainly showing how good he is in the wet here. This is crazy.
He's shown why he's been asking for it to rain for the race like this, constant, for quite a while. And he's showing why. He's been asking for it because it's definitely conditions that he gets on with.
Certainly able to manage it as well. Like, even in terms of tyres, he's had a good strategy. He boxed early on, fought back through the pack, got back to the lead, and now he's got a free pit stop. So he's just been in full control of the Grand Prix from start to finish, even from qualifying. As soon as he secured that first back lap time, held pole, and then improved on that time, it was just unbeaten. It could be, if he'd led every lap, it would have been a Grand Slam.
That's a safety.
Oh, that's a
I
full
think.
course
Yeah, I see
safety.
a yellow dot. Ooh, spicy last 10 laps now.
Is that pipe tech?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Apex. Yeah, Apex is out.
Is that turn 3? No, 4, 5. 5 even.
He's had a moment in the S's, claimed a victim, and here we see a safety car. That's unfortunate. Pipe Tech finally calling it quits.
Well, that gap that we were just on about ain't going to be a gap no more. Dr. Steele's going to have his first bit of defending to do since the start of the race again.
Well, it's all about that restart. Now, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? The race has been brought back to you. You saw how chaotic it was. And now they're all going to pit for fresh tyres, which means they need to get the tyres ready. And if they don't get the tyres ready, it'll be like a race start, where they're going to be slipping and sliding and spinning up and going everywhere, side by side, wheel banging, crashing into each other. End plate damage! Oh, it was everywhere.
It was great fun to watch.
Oh, fantastic, that. Great introduction. Just disappointing we had the slight little crash. But we're back for the final closing laps. Now you can see Dr. Steele going very, very, very slowly. Now, that's not by choice. In the wet weather, the delta time is abysmally slow. It's very slow. Like, insanely slow. Because the safety car is insanely slow in wet conditions. There he goes into the pits to follow suit on the pit stops. And then we'll catch the safety car at the end of this one. What do you think? 5 laps of racing we'll get? I reckon.
Yeah, because they're going to have to do this lap and one more behind safety, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I don't know with this game.
Yeah, that's true.
He could
They
catch
could do half a lap and it calls it in.
Yeah, he could catch the safety car now, and then the pack say they catch up within this outlap. The safety car can be like, yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna go in. A cup of tea's getting cold. Who would you give driver of the day to so far? That's what I want to know.
I'd probably got to be Lewis in P2 at the moment. He's up 11 positions.
Yeah, disaster qualifying to amazing recovery drive. and he's now looking to challenge your pole sitter on the race start. Now, in that first stint, Lewis was matching pace with Steele. Steele just had a fantastic launch, and of course Lewis, being all the way down the field, was caught in all that carnage, all that chaos, all that absolute devastation in the opening sector of lap 1. But look at him now. He has a fair chance to try and challenge Steele, and he seemed to be fairly confident in the wet conditions just as much as Steele is, making up those 11 positions. So maybe, just maybe, Steele might not get away with this one.
Well, I'm trying to figure out where Ashton's lost the position.
Pit stop.
Did Lewis?
Lewis just passed him.
In the pit.
Yeah, Lewis has jumped him in the pit. Pit stop. Lewis had Guido on his pit crew. Seems to have made a position up on Ashton the Brit there.
Nobody's back.
Yeah,
up in the
possibly
P4
fixed
now
a
as well,
wing.
so-
Absolutely correct. Again,
Yeah.
could have had a wing change there for Ashton. Or the Red Bull, like I said, has just got Guido doing the pit stops. If you don't know who Guido is, get your ball knowledge up. Well then. This is rather boring. Should we have a sing song?
what are you thinking?
I shit my pants in the middle of Aldi.
That's all I'm doing at the minute. To be fair, I had it the last few days.
Right, it's all over my feeds. It's all been
Yeah.
all over my feeds.
Garibaldi's.
Yeah. We only went in for some Garibaldi's. I fixed a hot log right next to the pasta. I'm banned from them all now. I have to go to Asda. See, it's been played that much that I now know the words. Because when you scroll through your feeds and stuff, your algorithm's like, oh, you found that funny once. See it from everybody who posted it.
Yeah. It's irritating. Like,
My Instagram algorithm, though,
you only
is
need to
abysmal.
spend a few seconds, don't you? Like 10 seconds. Oh, you watch 10 seconds of that, so
Yeah. Like my Instagram, I'm going to be honest, my Instagram reels are a bit abysmal. Like the amount of times I've seen people absolutely knocked the bush out and hit the tarmac like an absolute ton of bricks is crazy. And because I think it's funny and I sit there laughing at it and I watch it multiple times, Instagram's like, you like watching people get battered. There you go. I mean, it's funny. You know when they're talking absolute smack and then you just get the one punch bop to the bottom of the chin and they hit the deck and you're just like, ha! Yeah, some people just get what they deserve. But that's what all my Instagram reels are absolutely covered in. Is just people getting knocked out or something hilariously funny where you laugh about it for the next 10 minutes and show everybody in your immediate vicinity. Like, oh my god, watch this. Like, oh my god, watch this. That sort of stuff. Quite fond of my Instagram algorithm. Makes me laugh. Better than TikTok. But now, as we see the
TikTok's
cars,
worse for it.
we now start to see cars catch up the field. I don't think we'll see the safety car in this lap. Maybe on lap 23. At the end of lap 23. I don't know. Are they close enough? Because there was a massive spread in the field. And of course, with Dr. Steele being so far ahead, he's just had to wait for everybody to catch up. Now, the safety car can go in if it so wishes, because, you know, it does what it wants in this game. But we would like to see the rest of the pack catch up and give them at least a fair chance to gain some more positions. However, what this has done is put Istanbul and the KFC block on the back foot. as they've been hit with time penalties, they're going to have to suffer with us. And as the field is all caught back up, any gains that they would have hoped to have made, or any positions they would have hoped to have kept, have been thrown out of the window. I think we may see it in at the end of this lap.
Yeah. It's just Wolverine, really. He should catch up by the end of the lap because they'll obviously get slowed down.
Yep, there it is. There's the call. Finally. So we are going to have 5 racing laps, that including lap 23 and including lap 27. So this is where things are going to ramp up and get a little bit spicy now, people. As Dr. Steele slows them down, we'll go on board with the man of the hour, your pole sitter, your absolute dominator in a kick salvo. It's not every day you can say that, and he's getting himself ready, but when is he going to hit the trigger? When is he going to push on the power? And I think here we go out of the final corner. There he goes. And Lewis was not caught out at all, but Ashton the Brit certainly was. That's a half a tenth, half a second loss. Same with Nobody Cares. That's half a second. Griffin wasn't caught out by that.
Nice.
He's all over, hot all over the rears, going for the inside, but Lewis... Oh, wheel banging side by side.
Get it, but he had a good run.
They're still side by side. Oh, there's contact and they're off. And that has allowed Ashton the Brit to have a bit of a switchback moment. And through goes Ashton, picking up 2 positions, taking the lead of the race. Dr. Steele desperately trying to hold on to his ever-falling position as Nobody Cares comes to blows. Now, I saw a bit of carbon fly, but I don't know where that came from.
I didn't quite catch what colour it was or anything. I just saw it go across my screen.
Oh, that's Lewis. Lewis has lost his end plate. That's the front right end plate gone. Dr. Steele has been backed up into Nobody Cares. What looked like an asserted, dominated victory has been closed down in the final 5 laps to what could only be described as a P3. He's now looking to challenge on Nobody Cares. Can he make it through? Can he push on? We've seen this move before, and he's going to try and pull it off again. As Nobody Cares is unable to defend that one. Dr. Steele now setting sights on Ashton the Brit ahead. Ashton's going to have to fight like his life depends on it. Try and hold on to this position and stay right in the clutches of Dr. Steele if he does get through. The kick salvo has been oh so strong all race long and is closing up to the back of that Racing Bulls. Will we see him move into the Cassia triangle? He's looking like he's got a run though. Is it inside? Is it outside? No, it's inside dive. Has Ashton the Brit covered that one off? Yes, he has. No contact between the two. Beautiful racing. Harsh defence as Dr. Steele is now pushing him through the final corner. Has had a beautiful run to get side by side before we even get to the checkered flag. And he's now looking to try and make a move into the first couple corners. Further back, you see the Red Bulls there having a little bit of a wobble. Through goes Dr. Steele. Nobody Cares. Oh, contacting off the track. Has lost 3 positions now. Griffin, Lewis and Ocean Crew are going to go through. And just like that, it is done and over for Nobody Cares' podium chances. He's got a lot of work to do to get back through the field as we get going in lap 24. And Dr. Steele now bridging a 1-second gap has forced Ashton to the Brit to accept that what could only be a P2 and it will never be a race victory. Lovely stuff so far from all our drivers as we see Ashton the Brit again looking to try and get a little bit unsettled on the Degners. Griffin's trying to close up. 3-second time penalty for one of the other drivers. I think it was Ty Clear who picked up a penalty then. But as we look on to Ashton the Brit, is he under any pressure? There's a washout there from Griffin, running really wide towards 200R. And as we get going up towards Spoon Curve, Griffin trying to gain time, gain and gain he shall. But Ashton the Brit is going to try and fight this one off. Nevertheless, Griffin has really pushed on hard through Spoon Curve. Found some time. He's now looking hot on the rear diffuser of Ashton the Brit. The Racing Bulls under pressure by the sister team of Red Bull. The big bro is coming to chase down the little bro. And it's Racing Bulls versus Red Bull. Oh, Dr. Steele faster still. As we get going on lap 25 now.
I want to know his setup for the wet. He needs to give me his setup.
Yeah, fully prepared. Fully prepared.
Yeah, he's definitely got more in the corners. But Ashton doing well, keeping Griffin behind at the minute.
He is so far. I'm more focusing my attention to that mid pack as we see Andres getting close to the KFC block, and we still see the Ferraris trying to get ever closer to Nobody Cares, and just to no avail. Tyclear maybe even trying to chance one on his teammates soon because he's getting closer to him. But again, like you say, all credit to Ashton the Brick currently holding his own. I suspect we'll see a last lap showdown between Griffin and Ashton the Brick for what will be P2. But if he can secure a podium here, that'll be a beautiful result for Ashton the Brick.
Yeah, and Lewis, even though he's got that end plate, he's following these guys nicely as well. So he's not out of the picture for a podium yet.
Not quite yet, holding his own, but there, Griffin getting really, really close, looking for a move to the outside there, and Ashton the brake, can he get his nose in? Not quite yet. Ashton perfect on the braking though, able to hold him off. Maybe a switchback to come your way from Griffin. Is he able to get the traction down? He's looking for it. He's running onto that dry line as Ashton's trying to cover the inside. Into the slipstream we go. Burning the battery. The battle is starting to ensue. Ashton can do nothing about it as Griffin burns the battery to get on through. Oh, Lewis has been showed an open door. He's going to try and risk it. He's going to try and chance it through, even with that wing damage to side by side into the S's. And he backs out of that, as rightly so. You don't want to take any chances there, my friend. Oh, he's running wide. Bit of a
opportunity.
Yeah, hitting washout lane there is Lewis in that dirty air. Looking further back, we could have a McLaren battle here. Got one chrome livery McLaren versus a standard livery McLaren. Andres versus Mirror. Can we see a team battle here? Oh, Griffin's got through. Griffin got through on Ashton. Oh yeah, he did, didn't he? It was Lewis who was trying to get through, and my bad. I've read that wrong. I knew there was a Red Bull battling Ashton. It was Lewis who was trying to get through again to try and take that final podium away. We see a Red Bull lockout. I mean, the Red Bulls need it. They need it for the constructors. They're fighting hard against the Aston Martins, who've had a disaster here. Only got one car in the points, and the Red Bulls are looking at a good points finish. Here goes Lewis to the outside. Contact, wheel banging. Ooh! Can he keep his nose in? Can he keep his foot in the door? That's a beautiful battle between the two. I just don't think he's going to be able to get the run as Ashton has got the better traction. Oh, there's contact again between the two. And the Red Bull forced into the slipstream there. He's not able to pull that one off just yet. Here we go. It's dive to the inside. Oh, wow.
Great.
What a move there from Lewis. Absolute minerals on that Red Bull. Even with the wing damage, he's able to pull that one off. And on the final lap,
nice little fight there.
I think that's it. I think Ashton's lost his podium on the final lap. Unless he's got anything to say or anything he can bring to the table. The last chance he's got on a straight to use any sort of slipstream or battery deployment will be around 200R towards Spoon. After that, it'll be down towards 300R. And I just think he's losing time here. He's not able to keep on the push and keep the pressure on to that Red Bull. It will be a double Red Bull podium lockout as it stands. But Ashton is fighting very aggressively to get closer, still late on the brakes. So you saw him gain massive inroads into the hairpin. But he's lost it out again, trying to get on the power.
Yeah, desperate to try and get back in front in these last few heavy braking corners. He's got one more heavy braking zone to go.
It's going to be risky. It's going to be brave. But we'll take our eyes to the front. The man who's dominated all race long, held it out in qualifying, took pole and had an undefeated lap that he ever improved in the final runs, comes out of the Casio Triangle that has been an absolutely beautiful run race. Dr. Steele wins here in round 9 Suzuka with Griffin in P2 and Lewis locking out a Red Bull double podium. Ashton the Brit, just so unfortunate, fell ever short of what could have been a podium position. And finally, towards the line, we see the final drivers crossing it over after what has been a bit of a train from those behind. Ah, what a race. What an introduction to Division 2 for myself. You didn't disappoint.
Even in not so favourable racing conditions, they still brought a decent bit of racing action to us. So
Yeah, that was just absolute domination for one driver, but the rest struggled like crazy. It was a carnage and chaotic race start, but one stood among the rest to show how confident and how comfortable he is in wet conditions. Dr. Steele with a beautiful victory, with Griffin and Lewis locking out that Red Bull double podium. Ashton the Brit in fourth with Ocean Crew in his second race of the entire league, bear in mind. Never been here before, lining up in P5th. Nobody Cares in sixth. Mirror in seventh. Andres, Istanbul, and Salguero finish out your points positions with tie clear. Wolverine and the KFC block being the last drivers to finish the race, I think. Oh no, the KFC block, I don't think finished. He's 2 laps down. But then Apex Predator, Pipe Tech, Albertor Tetris, and CTV1 expected to DNF from the Grand Prix. And now we'll go to the interview room to see if anybody would like to come for a quick little chit chat. Well then, what a Grand Prix. Driver of the day, it's got to be Lewis, like you said. He gained up massive positions on that.
yeah, yeah. Had a little, even with the wing damage at the end, he was still able to fight to claim the podium back.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful run race from a lot of drivers. Griffin won't be joining us. That's perfectly okay. You don't have to join us for interviews. That's fine. Wait to see if we will get Lewis or your race victor of Dr. Steele and see who is doing what. But congratulations to the Red Bull duo for locking out that double podium. That's massively going to help in the constructors' fight against the Aston Martins, who currently were looking very, very strong with your championship leader of Nobody Cares, who's had a bit of a disaster here tonight. It hasn't been too well for him. Has been a bit upside down and left and right, if I've got to say. He's not had the best race, was all over the track, struggling in sector one, especially in those opening curves, really washing out wide majority of the laps, which is just costing time, unable to fight for any good positions, and ultimately not able to help himself along in any sort of standings manner. Did manage to still get a P6, but Wolverine Aston Martin's teammate was unable to score any points, so the Red Bulls are just going to completely dominate. Lewis says he hasn't got a mic, so we won't see Lewis, and we're not seeing our race victor, so I think we're just going to knock it on the head with that and call it there. But thank you for joining me, Lanky. It's been a beautiful race, I've got to say. A good introduction to Division 2, well run. I apologise to everybody for the mid-race crash, but we managed to get back in for the final 17 laps or whatever it was, and things were certainly a little bit spicy.
Yeah, and the safety car definitely gave us a little spectacle towards the end as well.
Absolutely. But thank you for joining us. Be sure to join us tomorrow for Division 1, which will be led by Ashton the Brit, who will unfortunately just fell short of that podium. But you'll get to hear his beautiful voice, not in a congratulations on the podium interview, in a commentary standpoint at 8 p.m. tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. You'll see what OTLR has to offer fastest drivers on the grid in our league coming to your screen at 8 p.m. tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. And of course, you'll be graced with Lanky again, who just absolutely holds the absolute stepping stones of commentary up at the moment in season 6. He's there for them all. He doesn't miss one. So be sure to join them, and we'll see you next time.